Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. On the return, here comes Xavier Legette. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. First carry now for Jonathan Brooks. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops faith for no gain on that first down play.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, okay, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
2nd and 10, back to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
1st and 10 from the 43. Run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Takes the 2nd down snap. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Drive has kind of seemed destined for the end zone, partner. First of a few chances now to reach it. Brooks has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Brooks again. And he's going to find the end zone this time. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to... And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. Wasn't accurate inaccurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. Here's a return from the 7. Showing a little burst so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. New set of downs for him from the 31. Dive play straight ahead. And he'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Lamar off to play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd down, they need 7. They'll air it out on 3rd. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down. Maddox Trujillo on to handle this field goal. This a 54-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
They couldn't quite match the score, but at least they were able to cut in half and really offer a counter punch. Now incumbent upon their defense to do their job.
Here's Trujillo to kick it away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. He finds Johnston. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Has a man downfield. It's Collins. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Brooks bouncing out ahead from the pistol. We call that one a gain of, let's say, 2 yards at 2nd down.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Get that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, this could have been much, much more exciting.
Second down pass play coming. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Brooks. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He gets him 3, and this brings up second and goal.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Nose of the football inside the 1. Here's second and goal. QB sneak coming. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Texans stretch their early lead to 9.
Well, I don't think that defense was ready for that kind of push at the point of attack. I think they were thinking outside run, play action, but they get gutted, and they get gutted right up the middle.
And this one thankfully not off the mark. He gets it to go. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Good work so far. He's got room. And what a great start for their series. He's all the way up close to the 45-yard line before stepping out.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. So 20 yards on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
I see through your act and I still enjoy the show. Yeah.
New set of downs from 37. Going to the ground again on first. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. And that's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. 13-3 our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They've got 2nd and 5. Play action, here's Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And it's complete. Play made by Bateman. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 8 on that one. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Right up the gut. We'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, it would really break the backs of a defense.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Back-to-back carries here. It's a gain of 4 there, and that's going to be a Baltimore first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now here's Lamar. And this is going to fall incomplete. Well, he made a call for the end zone there, but nobody picked up on the other end. Now it's 3rd down.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. Here he is on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens face a 4-point deficit. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Sergio checks on the extra point. And the Ravens cut it to a field goal game.
Ravens 10.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. 2nd down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. Cuffs. This is Xavier Leggett. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Houston. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Texans.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right, the team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. They still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Brooks. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Within 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. To the air on 3rd and long. He's got it. Complete to Collins. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. They get 22 out of that play. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
This is ahead for about 5. Malachi Starks read that nicely. He makes the stop.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
1st down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Running once more with Brooks. Escapes the defender. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans make it a 10-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. They go play fake with Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Hand off to the back. He has room past the 25. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. They give it to him again. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Dumped off to his running back. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. Now, that's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
They go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation. They'll try and punch it in. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll send him up the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens make it a 1-score game before halftime. This is Trujillo to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens cut it to a field goal game.
Ravens 17.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. He's going to throw this one. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Throw came out right as the defense got to incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Texans set to punt. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lamar now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First and 10 from the 43. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So 1st down from the 41. From the gun, Jackson escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Jackson to throw. Flush out now to his left. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Jackson now on 3rd. Forced out to his right. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. With only 3 seconds remaining, they're going to bring out that field goal unit. It's a 36-yard look for him. Kick by Trujillo is good. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Here's a return from the 7. And he pushes them up to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he picks up a good chunk of yards here. Looks to be about 7. He's up to the 37.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Here's Lamar. Hits him on the in route. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
44-yard line.
1st down, here's Lamar. Short pass brought in. Running down the left side. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger game.
From the red zone now. He rolls to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take the lead right away in half number 2. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Rubio ends on the point after. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
Texans 20.
Here's Trujillo to kick it away. Leggett with a return here. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's first and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Has it downfield, working the left. Oh, and they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. And he didn't need much after making the recovery, did he? A step or two forward, and he gets him the first down anyway. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Here he goes, third and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking Xavier Leggett's way there. So that brings up fourth and long.
In punt formation for the Texans.
Pulled in at the 20. And finally, they're able to corral him, but not before he gets a hefty amount on that return. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up first and 10. Pistol snap to Jackson. Finding Flowers. We'll have a 4-yard gain on that one. He's taken down at the 44.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5. Shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Christian Harris on the stop.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and 3.
All plays on the table here for third and 3. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
First and 10 now from the 46. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Got him a good handful there as it brings up second down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Back to the well again. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for a Ravens first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
On first down, Jackson rolling out to his left. Hits his running back. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. Here's the handoff. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Jackson throwing here. Dump off caught by his back. And they're going to be set up with first and goal as this goes out of bounds, Brock, at the 3-yard line.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Here's a give on first and goal. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They go play fake with Jackson. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Ravens lengthen the lead at the end of the third. This is Trujillo to try to point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. He finds Johnston. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Picked up of 17. And it'll be first down Houston. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Texans who have it to start here, and they come in trailing on the scoreboard. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
We get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Still sticking with the passing game. Brought in. And in he goes for the Houston touchdown. The Texans now within 1 score in the fourth. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Texans cut the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Texans 27. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But then that's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Lamar now from the gun. Caught by Flowers. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. So not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after the catch. That is a job well done.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Another carry for him. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football and defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
On first down, they'll run. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Dive play straight ahead. And he takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Dive up the middle. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one. And the effort brings up 4th down.
Like the final battle scene from a movie, Kate, 2 sides charging each other, and they beat right at that line. And they didn't have to drive backward, All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
Kick by Trujillo is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Here's Trujillo to kick it away. He fields it from the 8. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Trying to throw this from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
For the incompletion, 2nd and 10 once again from the 20. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Third and long for him here. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
3 straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on 4th. Desperation time here. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we've got a 1st down here. A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there. Sticking to the air here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Working now from the gun. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted! Picked off by Upton Stout.
You can see it right off the snap. They got a really good read on where that was designed to go. Having that extra defensive back, that nickel coverage, so critical on that interception. Give that defense coordinator some credit. Had the right plan, the right personnel. These guys on the field made the right play.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st.
41-yard line.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
The give here on 2nd. And he's fight good enough to gain about 4. It's 3rd down. Final timeout called by the Texans. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He has the 1st over the middle. And they take him down right along the 30. He gets a pickup of 4 yards, and that's good for a Ravens first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Sending him on the dime. He finds him 6 yards on that first down run. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens moments away from their 4th win of the year. 7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Plowing up the middle. Great work there to evade the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. Handoff now from the gun. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be 4th and short.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
The lead looks safe, but the pedal's staying down. They're going for this. So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They can let the clock run out here, but let's see if they resist the temptation to add on 3 more instead. Kick by Trujillo is good, and that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it, and we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Tight end in motion left. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. Kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
To throw. Put the body on the line for his team. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Taking a chance to the end zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. Just can't finish the play.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Throwing it again here. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports.
The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.